Okay, so this one's going to be a quick video on solving using square roots. And it's going to be a quick one because I think we can cover pretty much every problem with just the example we see over here. So we have a few quick rules. Something to go by always is we must isolate the terms being squared, and we put emphasis on the word isolate, meaning getting it by itself, totally by itself. And once we do that, we will be able to use a square root to simplify both sides. So let me show you what I mean. So isolating, we want to get this x minus 4 squared by itself. First thing we're going to do that is subtract 13 from both sides. So these guys will cancel each other out. We'll have 2 times x minus 4 squared equals 16. Alright, now I can divide by 2. Divide by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, so I can just cancel them out. They don't go away, it just equals 1. That's a mistake a lot of students make, is they assume it just goes away, but it's actually just 1, which we don't have to write a 1. Okay, so we've gotten to this point where we have isolated everything being squared. So x minus 4 is all being squared. So we have totally isolated it. I do want to address a quick mistake that students often make. Oftentimes students will try to distribute this 2 inside of there. We have to remember that x minus 4 is being squared, and we cannot just distribute this 2 because that 2 is not something being squared. And x minus 4 squared is 2 polynomials being multiplied, and we cannot just multiply in a 2. So do not ever do that. Okay, we always want to divide it out first. So now we've gotten to this point where we can take the square root of both sides. And a square root and a square is similar to division and multiplication. They undo each other. So this square root and this square will go away and make each other go away. And over here we are left with plus and minus the square root of 8. And it's plus and minus because a positive times a positive would be a positive number, and a negative times a negative would be a positive number as well. So we have to cover both of those. Alright, now we can just solve for x. We can just add 4 to both sides. Add 4 to both sides, and we're left with x equals 4 plus and minus the square root of 8. Okay, we're almost done. We're just going to go back to something we did in a previous unit where we break 8 into the square root of 4 times 2, and we know the square root of 4 is 2, and we don't know the square root of 2, so it just stays as the square root of 2. So our final answer will be x equals 4 plus and minus 2 square root of 2.